ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking back hits. Subscribe for
Oh, this is whoa. Oh no. Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends figure review on the 2016 X-Men Waves Juggernaut Build-A-Figure. If you're trying to pick this up, it is completely sold out at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
I believe it's 2 batches of pre-orders have been sold out of this wave, but I still think there's hope out there for you guys that have not gotten a hold of it. This is a comic book from this week's pickups. I got number 10 of Guardians of the Galaxy, and we get an ad for this wave over here on the back of my Marvel comic book. Now, it's making me think that, oh, there might be more coming to retail. However, we did have ads on the back for the Giant Man wave, and where's that been, right? So, I don't know. Hopefully we get more of them. Hopefully everybody can get their chance to pick up these figures because it is a great wave, and I really like this Build-A-Figure a lot. I had to disassemble it for this, and it's not terribly difficult to do that. Anyway, the head comes with the Wolverine figure, the right arm comes with the Kitty Pryde, left arm comes with Iceman, right leg came with Havoc, left leg came with Rogue, the torso came with Phoenix, and the crotch came with Cable. Alright, let's get this thing built. Will you take us away, Bumblebee? Getting a little rusty there, huh, Bumblebee? Alright, so let's move that aside, and, you know, the belt, and we're gonna go ahead and snap that together right there. And we'll take the left leg and hoocha, put that right there, and then hoocha right there, and then hoocha right there, and then snap it right there, and I'll form the head. And here's Juggernaut out of the packaging, and this figure is sick, man. I've been having a lot of fun with this thing. I really like the way it looks. I like the heft of it. It's a large Build-A-Figure, very hefty, so I'm very happy about that. I really like the articulation as well, so again, he's very fun to pose. Now, the paint apps are okay, not great, and I don't feel confident in saying that this is the definitive Juggernaut figure to get. This thing is in very strong competition with the Marvel Select Juggernaut, which I'll compare in a moment. But first, let's take a closer look at this guy. Now, I really like this helmet sculpt and the head sculpt a lot. Surprisingly, not my favorite though. As much as I really like this a lot, it is not my absolute favorite Juggernaut helmet slash head sculpt. Looking at the face though, the eyes do look a little bit far apart, but it doesn't bother me that much because it fits into the overall look here. The eyes look like they're painted out very nicely. You get his eyebrows in there. I like how he has that chipped tooth. I think the paint over the teeth and the mouth and the gums came out looking very clean. I like that a lot. I really like the texturing that we're getting on the helmet over here. It looks like it's made out of cast iron or something really heavy duty. I like that we're getting the really dark brown mixed in with the black over there. That looks really cool. I'm digging that very much. The only thing is that the overall shape of the helmet over here isn't exactly what I would like to see. For your comparison, you could see next to the Select Juggernaut, this has a much rounded dome look, and this is what I prefer to see from a Juggernaut. But comparing this to the Toy Biz Juggernaut helmet sculpt, you can see this one's definitely a lot more of a cone shape, so I definitely prefer this one over this older one. However, this one does have the removable helmet, and I really wish this one had a removable helmet as well. Now, having removable helmets and stuff like that with Hasbro figures is just something that we have not seen. We've seen interchangeable heads, but not removable helmets or faceplates because they sculpt all these things with a computer program as opposed to back in the Toy Biz days when they used to do it by hand. So I think if they started sculpting stuff by hand, then we would see more of that. And it's a bit disappointing, especially because for the character, it really means a lot to be able to remove the helmet because that seems to be the only way you can defeat the Juggernaut, bitch. Anyway, looking at the rest of this, I think it looks pretty sweet. You know, some pretty good musculature over here. You know, there's a slight difference in color over here. Anyway, looking on the arms right over here, nice musculature. I kind of miss the green veins right over here. No, I don't really miss the green veins. As you can see on the Toy Biz one, yeah, we had green veins. I always thought that was a little bit weird. But anyway, I like how we get this cast iron look on these bands right over there. Again, very similar to how it looked on the helmet. And you could wiggle this around as you'd like. And then looking at the belt, I think that looks really good. I love how the gold paint looks over there. I like how all this paint's kind of like purposely chipped away and stuff. I like that. We've got the juggy butt right there. And the deco looks pretty solid on the back over here. The legs are nice and chunky. You can see a little bit of wear from moving his legs forward, so that will happen from getting him into the dynamic poses. And then we get this really nice texturing on the boots. Very subtle texturing over here. I really dig that a lot. I think that's a brilliant touch. Nice treads at the bottom of the feet, and he does have peg holes. You know, another thing I like about this figure is that he does have some heft to him, and I really like his stature when you see him vanilla pose like this. He has that barrel-chested look that reminds me of his 60s look way back when, you know, when he had the little short shorts. Remember the Juggy with the short shorts? Anyway, the articulation on this guy is decent. You can move his head up a fair amount. I like that, and you can make him look downward quite a bit. You get side-to-side movement over here, and not much head pivot at all. Shoulders move outward very far, so that's pretty good. You can move his arms down and forward. He has a bicep swivel, single jointed elbow. The wrists move side to side and they hinge up and down. He does have an ab crunch right here, and it bends back. You get the waist swivel. I recommend moving the belt up and then turning the waist. His hips move pretty far outward. He can kick forward. He doesn't move back so much. He has an upper thigh cut, single jointed knee, and no rotation at the boot. I wish he had rotation at the boot. But anyway, the ankle moves down, up, and he does have ankle pivot. Now to measure out this Build-A-Figure, you can see the Juggernaut is standing right at 9 inches tall. And again, here's our Build-A-Figure Juggernaut compared to the Marvel Legends Toy Biz Juggernaut and the Marvel Select Juggernaut. And I am very impressed with how tall this figure is compared to the Marvel Select version, man. Look at that, they're standing right at the same height. If anything, he might be a teensy bit taller, but this is definitely bigger in mass for sure. Now, if you want me to tell you which one you should get, I don't know, man. I don't know you really like that, and I can only tell you what I like. For instance, for me, I think this one has the best sculpt. I really love all the attention to detail, the flesh tone, the paint apps. I think the paint apps are the best on this one, but this guy definitely has the most articulation, but I don't like the sculpt on the arms as much, or the shape of the helmet over here. This guy, I like the sculpt, not my favorite sculpt, and I really like the articulation a lot too, so it meets right in the middle. I gotta say, in all honesty though, if you're on a budget and you can only afford to get one Juggernaut figure, this is the best purchase you could possibly make for yourself. You'll be happy with the sculpt, the articulation is okay, but for the price point, especially compared to these two over here, yeah. Actually, another thing that's kind of neat about this figure is that Hasbro made it so that you can detach the waist from this guy, and you can remove the belt over here. So if you don't want him with the belt on, because he is commonly depicted without having a belt, you can get that look if you'd like. And then to compare our Juggernaut Build-A-Figure to some other Hasbro bulky Build-A-Figures, we have the Ultimate Green Goblin, Onslaught, and the Avengers Age of Ultron Hulkbuster. And he's not the largest Build-A-Figure that we've gotten from Hasbro, but man, pretty good sized figure. And then here's Juggernaut next to all of the other figures from this wave, and what an outstanding wave this is. Great job, Hasbro. I absolutely love this wave. I've had a blast reviewing these figures and posing them. It has been a lot of fun, and seeing Juggernaut compared to all these other regular sized figures over here, I mean, geez, man, this thing is really huge. Now, for me to rank these figures, it was actually really tricky for me to do, and this may change in the future, but at the very bottom of the list, I'm putting Havoc, and then above Havoc, I'm giving it to the Phoenix figure right over there, and then Kitty Pryde, and then after that I'm gonna give it to Cable, and then Iceman, and then Rogue, and then Juggernaut, Deadpool, and at the very top is the Wolverine figure. I love that Wolverine figure. It is, I don't know, if you haven't noticed, I've been talking about the Wolverine figure in every single review. I absolutely love it. The fun factor with the Deadpool, I mean, these three, the Juggernaut, the Deadpool, and the Wolverine, that's very hard to split up in the top three list over there. Then here's Juggernaut next to the Toy Biz Series 5 Colossus, which is my favorite Colossus figure, and I love posing Colossus versus Juggernaut, and I think these two fit into scale very well together. I really like this a lot. And then here's Juggernaut next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Hey, so you and She-Hulk had a thing a while back, huh? Come on, man. Give me the details. Now, even though I said I like the Marvel Select sculpt more than the sculpt on this figure, I still think that this is a great figure. I really enjoyed posing this a lot with my X-Men figures. Doing the stop motion was really easy. He stands on one foot so easily. It's really easy to get him doing this, and I love that about the figure. It's just a very sturdy piece, fun to pose, and I think it looks really cool. And I hope you guys thought my review was very cool. If you did, please hit the like button. Click any of the boxes popping up over here for more Shart all over Tucata. If you have not yet hit the subscribe button, please do so for for more Shartimus Prime videos coming your way. I will be at San Diego Comic-Con shortly. I'll still try to post up reviews, and expect updates at marvelousnews.com and toynewseye.com. If you want to check out yesterday's review, it was on the Marvel Legends cable, so click that button to see the cable review. And then the review from the wave before that was the Marvel Legends Deadpool, so if you haven't seen that, click that button over there. Remember, you can stay in touch with me by following me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and check out the photo galleries at marvelousnews.com. I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Of this coned don't